penalty.
Yellow, lower, okay.
This should be an evenly contested match between these two teams. Physically well matched. Both of them very, very strong defensively. It'll be about who can string together the best periods of attack. Evan King, thanks for joining us. Yes, it is a magnificent pitch in Amdong Asiad Stadium. It would be the envy of a lot of, or most of, the Asian rugby nations. Ball round, they do a wrap round play nicely. Singapore, team that likes to keep its targets very, very close. Their handling confidence increases a lot when the targets are short. One way, then the other goes Pei Yi Yong. And it's Thailand hassle them, harrow them, and now they move the ball out for number 6, Piamat. Goods. Stifling defence from Singapore, though, deemed illegal. And Thailand take the ball away. Come on, Tip tries to keep the ball alive by keeping her hands free. Now they find a bit of space. Thailand through Thanachpon. Now they start to spin the ball. Come on, Tip. Gives it away to Waraniri. And the Singaporean defence floods forward. Good work by Singapore. Turnover from Singapore. While they're scrapping away, they've got themselves some possession now. Thailand have to take some time to reform. They force the ball wide. Ong comes back. Cut play. And again, Olivia Al-Yong into contact. Ong plays it out towards the umbrella stand, far side, away from the commentary position. It's Sim. Chu Hong Sim takes it to ground for Singapore. Ong. Then to Al-Yong. Now to Eunice Chu. Thailand managed to take the ball, turn it over, running away. Danger time for Singapore here. As Thanachpon breaks clear of the line, and there's no one to chase her down. And rightly so. She dials it back to a walk, then a light jog, takes it into the try zone. She'll be ticking down the clock. Try to Thailand. It's managing to get away from the Singaporean defence. Conversion unsuccessful. It's Thailand leading 5-0. Here it is, the final few strides of Thanachpon, Wandi, try scorer for Thailand. Down into the shadow, cast by the grandstand. Singapore keeping it tight. Thailand though, good defence by the Thai ladies. They clatter in. They are actually very, very, very physical for their size, Thailand. They impress a lot with their courage and their commitment. Singapore struggling really to break clear of the Thai line. They might be giving up some yards. Thailand tackling is on target, and again they managed to draw the foul out of Singapore off the feet at the breakdown is the call from Phoenix Yu. Referee from China. Now, will they get wide? And they do get wide again. Thailand, she's shaping her up. Pass on the outside. And it's Thailand through Ratanaporn. And score their second try of the first half. Ratanaporn, third try in the series. And they don't come much younger or smaller looking than this lady. Look at that. Got herself on a great outside supporting line. And takes 5 for the Kingdom. Conversion not successful. So after 7 minutes, Thailand leading 10 points to 0. Singapore. Just to push the ball up. Gap now opening for number 4. Sim. It's been turned over though by Thailand, and now they set off again. Through the opening try scorer, Tanachaporn. Scores her second of the first half. And Thailand managed to edge away even further on Singapore. Just that little bit of extra length in their passing, creating the space for them. The conversion attempt is taken. It's unsuccessful. Thailand hit the half-time, 15-0 in the lead. Back on the inside, good evasiveness from Tanachaporn. And she takes Thailand in for their third try of the opening 7 minutes. So, a good opening half for Thailand as they dominate Singapore 3 tries to 0. And Thailand, rightly so, claiming the cooler conditions in the shade of this magnificent main stand here at Namdong Asiad Stadium. Look at that. There's a few bodies tucked up there too, I might add. Taking some sanctuary from the sun. It's proven to be too strong for our friends on the far side. The numbers of umbrellas dwindling significantly, unfortunately. Maybe they're coming over and joining us at the main stand side. Either way you cut it, it's such a fantastic facility. You get a great look at the action from pretty much everywhere you go. Second half action underway. Thailand lead off. Small pitches, bounces and rolls into touch. It'll be a Singapore line. And feed out to the line out.
Yep. Okay, thank you.
Taken well by Singapore. Now they start to shift it across. Just a handling error brings Thailand back into the action. Thailand have just been playing a very steady, consistent game. Ian Ruxton, our thanks for your ability to share to the Japanese groups that you know, and hopefully we can keep building this audience. Anticipation for the next Japanese women's game, but it's Thailand now with the ball in hand, and Tanaporn, who anchored. Drawn down. Busy team, this Thai team.
Hey, go yellow.
Lots of eagerness. They start off from the tap. Run around play. There's interplay into their break. Go Thailand. They look to breach the line again. They almost do. My word. Wanari did well to hold on to the ball. Around the back. 6 coming through. Piamat. Chom Pumi. And now the try to number 12. Supansa. First try in the series for Supansa. Is Piamat. Chompumi takes the conversion. 22 points to 0. So just look at that. Chompumi manages to get the ball up to Supansa. And Supansa runs one in fairly easily for the Thai team. Restart is deep. Singapore take it without really being contested. Thailand trying to get in and over the ball. They've done well. Not releasing was the call against number 10. Yu Hui Lau. And a scrum. Loose headed feed for Thailand.
She said it.
3.5 minutes remaining on the clock for both sides. Thailand lead 22 points to 0. Thailand ball back on the inside. That's a beautifully crafted try from the ladies from the kingdom. Ball back on the inside, a simple play, and they finished it off well through Ratanaporn. Conversion successful, 29 points to 0, and beautifully held by Wanari Michok. And Ratanaporn is taking the inside line. Plenty of gas to finish the try. And of course the conversion that came with it. And they've slowly consolidated a very, very strong lead. Have Thailand. There's an error there as the runners got in front of the kicker. So they've got to maintain their discipline. But otherwise, you would have to call this a fairly satisfactory performance from the Thai women's side. Singapore. Well, we know that Singapore will just keep coming. They don't have any off button, the Singapore women. Great hands by Singapore to Felicia Tao Zhong. And now they keep coming down the channel. Yu Hui Lau into contact. Not releasing is the call. It's quickly moved away by Chayatip and into space. It looks like Tidarat Swatnam and Sawatanan scores with a grin. I'll just check the number. Number 11, yes it is. Tidarat Sawatnam. Converts her own try from a long way out. She's run that one in, 36 points to 0. And now Thailand starting to really change gears. Look at this, shows it, puts it under the wing, realises it's her and nobody else. Look at the determination on the faces. Some great angles, a great angle, great pitches from our production team, and in she goes for a try. She'll be happy with that. Helps her team ahead as they look to be, well, they are in the unassailable position. Less than a minute remaining, 36-0 they lead. Good return from Singapore, much better. Well, they're playing with some real vigour, even though it's towards the end of the match. Well, they've done well. They've taken the penalty. Thai defenders in trouble at the breakdown. They had them caught on the wrong side, and now Singapore look to try and find some space. This is by far their best passage of play.
Stay back, yellow.
Counter ruck by Thailand. Penalty to Singapore. They go again. If they can get it out wide and find some pace, they've got themselves plenty of room. Thailand scrambling in defence. Singapore into contact. They settle it down. Now they move it. Singapore. Here's an opportunity for Singapore at the line. Seong brought down eventually. Only about 10 metres short. They go wide and it's going to be a try. Yu Hui Lau. Hello. Scores for Singapore at the death. A consolation try. And you can't feel bad about that. Singapore, look at the effort that went into that. The strain on her face. They've done well. Lowe has done well. They've kept that ball alive. They've shown a lot of effort and a lot of teamwork. And there's the extra 2 for it. And Singapore get their consolation try, courtesy of number 10, Yu Hui Lo. It's the Singapore team. They'll be chuffed. Nothing worse than coming off the pitch with no reward at all. And even though it's only 7, it's something. Thailand 36, Singapore 7. Final score here in the Asia Rugby 7 Series in Korea. Well, we're underway in the afternoon bracket, ladies and gentlemen. Tremendous first half effort by Thailand. To the Facebook live feed now. Hello to Jamaldeen. And yes, Ian, absolutely right. Up next, China take on Kazakhstan. Here at Namdong Asiad Stadium. It's going to be an anticipated game between these two teams. China looking absolutely ruthless in their opening match. And Kazakhstan looking positively brutal in theirs. We await the arrival of both teams to the tunnel as these remarkable autumn conditions continue here. Literally not a cloud in the sky. It is fantastic rugby conditions. The purists might say it's too bright overhead, susceptible to the up and under. But I don't think we've got any of those curmudgeons with us today here at Namdong. I think we're pretty much in the clear. Kia ora to Mike Rehu, probably on a plane to Napier or waiting for one. And Chris Edwards is watching as well. Highly valued member of the Hong Kong Popular Pigs Rugby Football Club. Well, there's the shot now. Stand by for action, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get it on in Korea. And if you are watching, please share the link around your friends and let everybody know that the Asia Rugby 7 Series is continuing. The more the merrier. Here we go. Asia Rugby 7 Series presents China, Kazakhstan. It's the women's side of the draw. And this is set to be, well, a dinger, ladies and gentlemen. The power and strength of Kazakhstan versus, well, the blinding talent of China on the rise. Ruan Hongting, Yang Feifei, Hu Yu, Suki. It's all there in front of you. Great teams to be watching, these two teams, the contrasting styles. And any one of those Kazakhstan women can be absolutely terrifying ball in hand. This will be a real test of both teams' skills, fitness, and most of all, their determination. Kazakhstan in the blue and black strip running left to right against the famous red and gold strip of China. Down, and it's that girl that started all the action last time. Fei Yang.
12.
Knocked down is the call, and a yellow card as well. So referee Charlie Brown wasting no time whatsoever, and Kazakhstan now down to 6. They push it wide. China out in front of the umbrella stand on the far side. Ball is slow and it's measured, and it's another penalty, and they take it quickly through Hongting. Still going. Ruan Hongting. Now they spread. Here it is, number 8. Whoa, she took the line on in a big way, and it's another penalty. And it's in now, incredibly, Kazakhstan down to 5. Suffering 2 yellow cards early for the high shot. Yang Feifei moves it on. Ruan Hongting gives it away to Wang Zhao, and it's a try for Hong Kong. Excuse me, it's a try for China. Fourth try in the series. And it is, well, coming off the back of 2 yellow cards. Kazakhstan, if they were ever a threat for this game, they might have seen it blown out in the opening few minutes. Not even the opening few minutes, the opening 80 seconds. Remarkable. China 5, Kazakhstan 0. China, the restart deep, and it bounces almost unchallenged as Proskarina takes the ball. Here's a hard run. It's a good challenging run too. I think by Koshibaeva. Senior player steps up. Korotik manages to get the ball free. Oh, they're working beautifully, Kazakhstan. It's 5 on 7. You wouldn't believe it. For the line, try! Wow, almost against the odds. You just couldn't create a mountain bigger than 2 yellow cards in the opening minute of the game. But somehow Stepan Yaga has managed to score for her team. There's only 5 of them on the paddock against 7. And really, China caught napping there big time. Wang comes across to make the tackle, but all the hard work is done. And incredibly, with only 5 on the park, Kazakhstan have managed to draw things up. So China set to receive the restart, and it's just remarkable to think what Kazakhstan have done there. That is almost a trump card they've pulled out there. Now Wang takes the ball into contact. There's the shot.
Advantage. Lost forward. Time off, please.
So some injury time being added here, or not added, but taken.
She's okay. It's great. Crouch. Bind.
Kazakhstan with the put in. Still 2 yellow cards.
Both.
Must be very shortly
for my
receiving
call.
a player back from the bin to bring them back
Bind.
to 6. But if they've
6.
managed to get themselves out of jail here, Kazakhstan, then teams around the world need to take notice of that. Now they fire it even wider, and they've just thrown caution to the wind, and they have China at 6s and 7s at the moment.
Held.
Perhaps it's the fact that they're running so aggressively straight up the channels. China in 6s and 7s, and there's only 7 of them out there. Try to Kazakhstan. Yakovleva goes in for the second try for Kazakhstan. And one would think that the heads of the Chinese players are absolutely scrambled at the moment. It looks like they're in utter chaos. What a try by Kazakhstan. What a period of play by Kazakhstan. If someone had said you were down to 5 in the opening 2 minutes of the game, it would be shut the gate. This Kazakhstan women's side, well, they have not only thundered out of the darkness, but they've come rampaging into the light. (10-5), 2 minutes left in the half. Yellow cards have been cleared. Kazakhstan now back to 7. Perhaps this will settle the Chinese down a little bit more as they see more than they're used to seeing. And now they move, and it's almost as if they have done exactly that. China come running at Kazakhstan. The ball goes forward though on the pass to Wang. And there's an extra dimension being added to this
Scrum boot.
game.
Scrum.
There seems to be some genuine vigour in the running. Charlie Brown calls time off.
Okay.
This is a slow and somewhat laboured half, but what action.
Yep.
Here we go. That one floated well forward.
Time on.
So the composure and the power of
Crouch.
China from their first game
Bind.
has gone out the window. And they've just shown that they can be unsettled mentally as Goshibayeva pings off a Chinese defender who's sitting in the background, seems to be dazed and confused. There's another Kazakhstan player also down, but it's all happening up front. It's the hustle and bustle. You'd think this was 15s.
Lost forward.
First infringement, the knock on. Well, it's action-packed. Less than a
Scrum
minute
boot.
remaining.
Time on.
Team mechanics out there at the moment checking on the players. And
Okay.
referee Brown heads over to check on the status of
We're off.
Goshibayeva.
Mark here.
Goes back to the first
Crunch.
infringement. So
Bind.
Kazakhstan 10-5 they
6.
lead. They have a scrum. It's an attacking scrum. It's a great opportunity for Kazakhstan. They move it midfield. Goshibayeva thunders it into the midfield. They've exposed him out wide, and Korotic goes over and scores. It's Kazakhstan's third try. And they've come from, well, more than behind. They've come almost from a handicap start, Kazakhstan. And they've run all over China in the opening half of this game. As we just see the end of it now. And Korotic is a great try scorer. She won't get any easier than that. The conversion attempt goes astray, but it's Kazakhstan taking it to the half. And what a remarkable half of sevens we've seen. That was some action, I don't mind saying so. At the half-time break, China 5, Kazakhstan 15. They lead China in one of the most remarkable halves of sevens we've seen in the series to date. Good heavens, ladies and gentlemen. I would say, get on the phones now and message your fans of Kazakhstan rugby, because that has got to go down in the record books as one of the most savage starts in any sevens tournament anywhere. Reduced to 5 players, somehow these women have gone deep in the pocket early in the game, and they've hit the half-time break leading by 10 points. And China, well, where do they start? We saw them play so well in Hong Kong. We know they've got some talent under the hood here, but they need to compose themselves, these ladies. They need to be aware of where things are at the moment. They have a tremendous amount of talent, and it's just a little bit of consistency in terms of attitude that's going to help them go a long, long way. Certainly, they're going to need players like Gu Yao Yao, Ruan Hong Ting, Yang Fei Fei, Wang Ran. They all need these ladies to step up and make the plays. Underway they go, second half action. Ball bounces stray and it's collected by Kazakhstan, and they move it, and they like to swing it now, and they've got some pace, and Korotik out wide. You'd think the tackle sights would be down around the legs, but they're not. Kazakhstan keep trudging forward. They're bludgeoning their way through the Chinese defence at the moment. Opportunity to slow this down for Kazakhstan. They're in control of the game. It started in a very, very wishy-washy way. If you're only joining us now, you've missed one of the most dramatic opening halves of sevens we've seen in the series today. This team, Kazakhstan in the blue, reduced to 5 players in the opening 80 seconds of the game. Kazakhstan wraparound play, pick up Koshibayeva. They start so much attacking play with Koshibayeva. Stepan Yuga takes it up to the 22.
Can't throw the ball away. You can't throw the ball away.
And a third yellow card for Kazakhstan. For discipline, throwing the ball away. It's a 2-minute bin. Well, the way the bins work for them so far, maybe it's a team tactic. China now, 6 on 7. They cross it up, looking for some space. That's a good ball away. Gu Yao Yao manages to take it up to the 10-metre. Not releasing is the call, and they turn the ball over back to Kazakhstan, who look like they might survive yet another yellow card penalty through possession. Well, it's remarkable. Not too sure of the stats, but I don't know of many teams who have been able to not only come from behind but win a game of sevens. And it's not even finished and they've got 3 yellow cards. Well, they've certainly managed to get inside the heads of the Chinese. They work the line out well. Try and break through the middle. Through Koshibayeva again. Now there's 8 Yakovleva, I should say. Turn and burn, and it has been burned. As Stepan Yuga goes through and scores the 4th try for Kazakhstan. Again under a yellow card. I can't say it enough. It is remarkable. Stepan Yuga scores again for Kazakhstan. This time under the sticks. And that may have put China away. 22 points to 5.
Okay.
And, well, the Chinese team might want to go away and come back in, because wherever they went between their first game and now, they haven't come back from it. My word, they've put in some work, these Kazakhstan players. They've put in a massive amount of yards. And you've got to wonder, with an effort like that, how much it leaves in the tank to take on a team like, dare I say it, Japan. Yeah, China. Fine. Massive pass out to Fine. Number 11, Wang. You.
Thank you.
Substitutions being made.
Okay. Space, please.
Matova throws in, ball goes down, knock forward is the call from Charlie Brown. Well, 2 minutes remaining only for China at the moment. He's seeing this one from a distance, unfortunately.
Close.
It's hard to imagine.
Crunch.
They talk about momentum swinging in sevens tournaments. Well, we've just seen it swing brutally against the Chinese side. They perch their play now. Out wide, they find run, Hong Ting, but off the feet, at the ruck, and it's just gone from bad to worse. It looks like Kazakhstan are going to cruise this one in. And they ought to be congratulated. I think there might even be a medal for them, particularly that lady there, Poshibayeva. My word, when the going got tough, she got going. In fact, they all got going. Unbelievable scenes. For almost 2 minutes, 5 on 7, they managed to come back and pretty much slam one into China from 60 metres out. Now, throw is not straight, but they won't be too worried about that. Less than 60 seconds remaining. If I sound excited and like I've seen something I haven't seen before, well, I've got to admit, that is the case. Simply a breathtaking effort from Kazakhstan. You cannot take anything away from them. Sure, it's been discipline that's created the situation they found themselves in. But by gee, they've got some character, because they've got themselves into it and they've got themselves out of it, Kazakhstan. And that should give them some tremendous belief as they get deep in this tournament. China with one final throw of the dice. They've made some personnel changes, but unsure if it's going to make any difference. It certainly doesn't to Korotuk. And she almost slams the Chinese player into touch. Now, Wang Yu. China, well, they might just be eager to put this one in touch when they hear the hooter. Force it wide. Gu tries to do something with it. I think she might have scored a try late in the game. What does referee Charlie Brown say? Let's take a look upstairs. And they'll go to the polls. But I think there might be another try in that for Kazakhstan. After Gu Yao Yao, who was outstanding in Hong Kong, had a bit of a malfunction right there. Oh, well, what about that one? I'm glad I'm not in the ref's chair, to be honest. I thought from the other side it looked like she might have touched that down, and Gu will be absolutely filthy on herself if that one's gone wrong for her. Or it has gone wrong for her, and that is the story of China's game today against Kazakhstan. Gu cannot clear the line, and look at this effort from Nurmatova. Try scored, the kick taken. It is a remarkable win to the Kazakhstan women's side. What a win, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm in a state of disbelief. Kazakhstan 29, China 5. That's the final score. But what it doesn't tell you is that on the way to that win, Kazakhstan had 3 yellow cards and 2 at one time. Unbelievable performance from Kazakhstan. What can we do after that? Well, this is what we can do. We can roll out this one. Korea taking on Sri Lanka. Warm welcome to Lindsay Vardy tuning in from Hong Kong as Sri Lanka take on Korea. And the next match of the Asia Rugby 7 series. Of course, all of you who are fans of great pieces of writing will be very keen to pick up a copy of Lindsay Vardy's Sunset Survivors, photographs by Gary Jones. Have a look for it online now. Sri Lanka taking on Korea, and Korea we hope to see just improving incrementally. Start off a different 7. Our referee Yoshida, I should say, from Japan. Will be Sri Lanka to start the match down into the Korean try zone, and the call is to come back from the 22. There was a slight look of confusion there on the Korean player's face. Restart back on the halfway, and away they go. Korea now almost getting themselves into space. Park goes off to her left. Big tackle coming in from number 7, Aisha. Look at this, good suffocating defence by Sri Lanka. Now Yuri Kim gets the ball away. Korea just struggling to take it forward. Solhee Yang lays it back at number 3. Now Korea, good stuff. We've worked the ball into some space. Round the outside goes number 9, Bayek. Can she stay in? No is the call. So a good strong challenge by Korea down the commentary touchline. Gives them some good space, gives them some good territory. Sri Lanka with the ball in. Well, Korea pound for pound might be the bigger team of the two, but we all know the pace and skills of the Sri Lankan side. get it wide, and there's some trouble brewing. They managed to cover off the space though. They've defended well, Korea. Can't take it to the line, Guan. Sri Lanka. Good press defence from Korea. That was outstanding work, and they're challenged to do it again, and they have to do it again. Bayak makes the tackle. They take it towards the umbrella stand on the far side, but it comes off the knees. And Korea get to breathe. As well as that, they get to sit up for the scrum feed. Korea with the feed. Sri Lankan line challenging. They push the ball wide. Somewhat of a laboured pass. One gets the ball to ground. Seo, Park, Lim, back to Park. For Seo, running hard onto it is back. Can they get there to clean the ball out? She squeezes it back. Seo now with the ball is Guan. Guan throws for the outside, gets the outside, puts the shape on, goes for the line, leaves it off. It's a try for Korea. A try for Jaiwan Lim. After some good build-up by the Korean side. And Sri Lanka just showing a little bit of reluctance when it comes to the tackling. Korea through Guan, look at that, she's managed to cart it basically all the way to the line, and even though they're a little bit nervous when it comes to throwing the ball around, Korea managed to get the score. 5-0 they lead. There's a kick to come, and there as the kick has been unsuccessful. 5-0 is the score. Korea leading Sri Lanka. Well, this could be a little bit of a ball over, to be honest. If Korea could hold on, we haven't seen them take a win in the series yet. I think we'd dearly love to. It's not gone the 10, and Korea immediately retire. Oh, Sri Lanka with a tap restart. And they do. Which way will they take it? Sri Lanka. That's good defence from Bayak. Good strong tackle from Lim, the try scorer. Sri Lanka much more confident on the handling, but Korea getting over and in their faces. One of the Korean ladies down. Looks like taking a bit of a ding to the face.
Okay? Service.
Just have a look here too. Making the tackle was Yuri Kim, and collected a bit of a, she hasn't just collected it, she's caught it right in the face. There's Kim, and that blow has almost closed up one eye. She's going to make things impossible. Now, Walid, is this the seniors? Yes, this is the international level. This is deemed good enough to represent their country. Doesn't matter their age. Scrum set now. Sri Lankan side of the half.
Set.
Almost mid-pitch, and Sri Lanka take the ball away. It's running across field, creating some pretty cramped conditions, but they break out Sri Lanka now. Korea must get across and defend if they can. They can't get near the ball, but they've got to get near the ball carrier. This could be a great try for Sri Lanka, and it's one they desperately need. Sri Lanka cross. 5-all the scores. Delani takes the 5 points. She manages to shimmy off back and drag one more Korean defender with it. It's 5-all is the score with the kick to come. Kick is not on target. And at the end of 7 minutes, it's all tied up. Korea leading for the majority of the half. But it is Sri Lanka all tied up with Korea at half time of the Asia Rugby 7 series here at Namdong Asiad Stadium in Incheon, Korea. And the Korean side have done very, very well indeed. Look at them. No wins to speak of. They're starting to score a few tries in the tournaments now. They're a program that is very junior compared to a lot of the programs here. They have started to claw back the ground, Korea. It's exciting stuff. And if the Korean women can come up to the level of the Korean men, my word, it really would put the cat amongst the pigeons. Sri Lanka on the other side of the dice, well, we know how good they can be. They're absolutely sensational. Real traffic stoppers when they get running. They do look small, they do look slight, but it's no good if you can't catch them. And more often than not, trying to tackle these Sri Lankan ladies proves very, very, very difficult. And as well as that, they've got a ton of character. My word, they're tenacious. Sri Lanka. Oh no, they're in for a big half here. They're in for a very, very big half here. Korea, it's all to play for the Koreans. They're the way, they don't have the reputation of Sri Lanka. Every time they step out onto the pitch, they improve this Korean women's program. So if they can bring one home for their crowd today, you can expect some very, very big smiles from this Korean team.
Ready.
Second half underway. Referee Yoshida of Japan blows time on. A great tackle to start things off for Korea. What a start for the locals. My word, what a hit. The restart was almost perfect. And it's Bayek has come in and absolutely walloped the Korean marker there.
Set.
I'd have to say, Joyun Bayek has been prominent. They haven't even really got their best on the park yet, which is Lee. There's Sri Lanka now threatened, and here is trouble. Well, you'd nearly, you'd need 8 really to catch this girl. That's a try for Sri Lanka, and that is how they can break the hearts of teams. They can get it wide and just sail on by. As Delaney goes in and scores, not for the first time this season. Look at how they do it. When she gets wound up, certainly is one of the quickest. Very, very, very fast indeed. Sri Lanka from out wide. That's a good attempt too. 10-5 they lead Korea. Well, Delaney scores and gets a seat on the bench for her trouble. Gets the legs up to try and relieve the lactic build-up as quickly as possible. Gonna need those legs later in the tournament. So, Korea from the restart, claim it. They move it. Korea go extra wide. They miss the mark on the outside. Shell has to go down on the ground to stop Korea from losing it. That's good defence. Great play from Sri Lanka. Now Korea are in a spot of trouble here. They'll have to battle their way out. They'll have to do it with their shoulders. Penalty called. Sri Lanka for the line. Wow. Great big defence by Korea. But the hands. Can they get the ball? No, they can't. Sri Lanka reply in emphatic fashion through Aisha. And a score to Sri Lanka takes it through to 15. Kick is successful. So on target, Sri Lanka starting now to move clear of their Korean rivals. And I'm impressed with Korea here. They've made things very, very hard for the Sri Lankan side. Sri Lanka have got a lot of class, don't get me wrong. They've got some tremendous ability, but it's probably a performance where you've got to tip the hat to the lesser favoured Korean side. Lee returns to the paddock. Substitution. Takes the ball. Takes on the line immediately. Lee. Now lays it back well. Presents it well. Korea trying to beat the defenders. That's good pressing defence again by Sri Lanka. They read that well. Great read from Sri Lanka. And now they have Korea in trouble. Korea through Park. Now to Lee. Lee on the outside. Takes on two. Goes to ground again. Presents well. Park fires it off. Yang pushes it on. Now they're moving it as quickly and as well as they can. They have space here now, Korea, if they can make the most of it. Guan can't get the ball away, but Korea have it. Lee will be screaming for it back on the commentary touchline. It slowly gets to it. It's a ball back on the inside. Secured by Korea. Lee now. Looks off to the right. Sri Lankan defenders are out there and Korea have lost the ball. Sri Lanka now. Ball in hand, but they'll come back for the original knock on. And that's just an experience for the Korean team. Plenty of opportunity with the ball in hand. They don't have enough playmakers out there to really close the deal for them. And Sri Lanka able to hang on.
Are you okay?
And generate the error. As an injury now for Sri Lanka. And some substitutions for Korea. Lim makes her way into the action. Sad to see here. Number 5 from Sri Lanka.
No. Sorry. Yes, Mike is here. Yes. She's get up.
It's number 6, perhaps it is. Looks like it might be quite a nasty ankle injury.
Crouch.
Scrum now.
Fine. Set.
Sri Lanka. Short side attack. They get it back well. So the continuity side of the game working. That's a beautiful line. The straighten. Running strongly now, being hunted down from behind by Guan, but Guan can't make it. Good, courageous attempt by Guan. But in the end, the try to De Silva. Look at that, running right through.
Number 2 out.
22 points for 5 now. Sri Lanka leading Korea. And you hear the Huda blow out. Restart from Sri Lanka out in front of the umbrella stand. Picked up and Guan takes on the line. She's really started to shine for Korea as Guan. And now they run it. Here's Lee. Great ball from Lee. Into the clear now. Korea come. Lee staying in connected with her players. Look at her go. Taking 3. There's a penalty also for Korea. 14 minutes gone on the clock. It's a tap and go. Great ball. Still going. Oh, Korea make the error. Courtesy of some strong Sri Lankan defence, and it's time off in the end. Referee Ai Yoshida calls time, and it's Sri Lanka triumphant over Korea, 22 points to 5. Korea with the opening score, but Sri Lanka, well, they can't be denied in the end. Plenty of class from the Sri Lankan team, and in the end they take care of a very tricky customer in Korea who seem to just be continuing to get better and better every time they come out on the pitch. So a period to rest and reflect before we get ready for the next fixture. Remember, this is day 1 of 2, and this is probably one that they've all come to see. Japan taking on Hong Kong in the women's draw. This is game number 12 of 16 today of the Asia Rugby 7 series. In the blue and white, Japan. In the white and red, Hong Kong. Chiharu, Nakamura, Okaruda, Tsutsumi, Nagata, Harano, Tanaka. They've taken a very, very, very big team out of the hood, out of the garage for this one. Olsen Thorne, Kwong So Yan, Melody Lee, Poon Hoi Yan, Colleen Tushford, and Hong Kong have started with an equally strong selection. Liao Wei of Singapore steps into the fray as the referee And this will be an intriguing battle. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to Namdong Asiad Stadium in Incheon, Korea. If you're joining us for the first time, it's Hong Kong to kick off, Japan to receive, and it'll be an intriguing. That kick wasn't going to go 10, but Japan have played on, and straight through the middle they've gone, and Japan have broken Hong Kong open in the first touch. As Aroha Nagata scores 5 for Japan and isn't too keen on taking the conversion. Well, what about that one? Didn't go the 10, perhaps Hong Kong switched off, but the awareness of the Japanese team to play on, and here she comes. Nagata trundles in, untouched, unworried. Japan 7, Hong Kong 0, and Japan restart away towards the far side stand. Straight away they begin hassling of the Hong Kong ball carrier. Lee brought down earlier. Now Chan. Hirschfeld finds Aggie Poon. Poon tries on Tsutsumi. Without any success, they managed to bundle the bigger, stronger Aggie Poon into touch, but Singaporean referee Wei has brought them back for the penalty, possibly a high shot. I think he was signaling.
Let's go, let's go.
Tap and go from Kwong. Tushford can't get the ball to Kwong, who has to double back and takes Sasami at the same time. Poon fast on her feet. Kwong away. So Yang Kwong, her run ends there. Now Lee takes it forward through the A channel. Kwong spins it. Olsen Thorne tries to get on the outside and outflank them. Aggie Poon over the ball. Kwong again. Strong run by Chan. Hong Kong playing plenty of continuity at the moment. Kwong, Poon, Aggie Poon. Has Aggie Poon got the speed? You bet she does. Aggie Poon closes the book on Japan from 55 metres out. And it's 1 for 1. Aggie Poon takes in a few deep breaths.
Let's go.
Realises that she can go even longer. A brief conversation with the referee, running the clock down for as long as she can. Aggie Poon. Well, when you got to take the kick, that's fair enough, I suppose. Poon, Bakyan scores a try, converts it. Look at this, basically from a standing start. And the Gaiwu Express, once it started out, the rest of them just sat up and let her go. Impressive side on the football pitch. Aggie Poon. Japan now, looking for space. Ball handling error there, it's unusual to see. Turnover. Kwong. Colin, Tushfeld. Poon. Get it out wide. Chan now into contact, eventually gone to ground. Poon is there again. Melody Lee takes two of them, including Nakamura, but still the ball comes back. Aggie Poon, they shifted well. Sol Yan Kwong. Ball bounces back. Poon almost broken free again. Aggie Poon. As Melody Lee manages to keep the ball moving and Chan gets on the action. Kwong again, Melody Lee. They're doing a lot of work, these 3 or 4 players. Natasha Olsen-Thorne arrives in a nick of time. She tries to get away from Nakamura. The great Nakamura comes back at her and brings her down. Poon goes wide out towards the far stand. Lee takes on 2 or 3. And now it's Aggie Poon up to the 22. Poon spreads it from halfback. Chan. Ball's there, it's out, it's clear. Japan swoop on it. Now they start their own attack. Hong Kong might have just run out of gas there. And this could be, and may looks like Tsutsumi. It is number 7. Honaka Tsutsumi try. 12-7. And therein lies the lesson when you're playing against Japan. My word, Hong Kong made so much play in that period, and yet Tsutsumi just sailed on by in the end. Poor Hong Kong. I think if they go and check the engine level at the moment, or the fuel level at the moment, it will be a long way down. They had to spend a lot of energy in that period. 12-7 the score. Jake, restart. Coming back to Hong Kong. Not the 10. Half-time hooter blows. Referee Way takes notice of that. Poon from square one. Come to Olsen-Thorne, who plays the cut. With Chang. Now Poon. Poon dances in front of the tackle line. Aggie Poon seals the ball off. Olsen-Thorne gets it wide now. Chan. Aggie Poon again into the action. Poon is there to cover off the ball, but it is a penalty. Tershford looks for Olsen-Thorne. Olsen-Thorne hard at the Japanese line, changes angles, comes back, rolls free. Tershford over the ball, now Poon. There's Chan, straightens up. No space on the outside by the look of it. Still Hong Kong come at Japan. Still they're going at Japan. Ball goes wide. It's a try to Aggie Poon. And that's a great way to end the half for Hong Kong. What a slugfest. Oh, word, they're making all the play at the moment. And the face might be a picture of discomfort, but the spirits will be high amongst the Hong Kong side. 12-all against Japan as they hit the halftime break. But by gee, Hong Kong have been made to work very, very hard as Aggie Poon can't convert her own try. That's the second try for the Guy Works press in this game. And they go to the break, even Stevens. Look at this, the finishing part. Well, you've got to tip your hat to the way that Hong Kong have come out in this game. It's a big game in the second bracket of the women's matches here today on day one. It's absolutely imperative that they do not get blown out the back door by Japan. And Hong Kong, well, they've done anything but. They've stuck in and fought for all they're worth. Natasha Olsen-Thorne, maybe some big minutes coming from her in the second half of this match. Closing out Japan would be an outstanding result for this Hong Kong side. Japan They look composed. Nakamura takes another mouthful of water. I know we talk about the class of Nakamura, but it is no joke. She is a wonderful, wonderful rugby player. We've seen her come up with some tremendous plays on behalf of her team. It's some real clutch moments, and you can tell by the close huddle of their Japanese side, they recognise what has to happen here now. They need to go to the memory box and they need to pull out the form card. Because they've got the class, there's no doubt about it. We've seen Japan put away teams left, right and centre without barely raising a sweat. But this afternoon, right here, right now, Hong Kong have really put them in the spotlight and are asking the big questions of this Japanese program. Remember, it's been to the Olympics, it's been to the Rugby World Cup of Sevens, it's been on the World Series. There's pretty much nowhere left for this Japanese women's program to go. Hong Kong don't have that record at the moment. Look at that scoreline. I'll be sitting up in the 8-5-2 on this one. 12-12, Japan and Hong Kong.
Japan, move right. One more step, one more.
Line out, that's Kwong. Gets it into Poon, who's probably one of the shortest on the pitch. Yet she wins the line out. Hirschfeld can't find Olsen Thorne, who came back in on the inside line to help support her teammate. Now they work it wide. Lee, that distinctive headgear, that's an outstanding run by Melody Lee. They keep working the short side. Poon into the traffic. Ball back from Chan. It's Melody Lee again, up and over halfway. She must have a massive motor, this girl. She just keeps on running. Now it's Olsen Thorne, and the great Japanese defence has generated a turnover. Nakamura paddles it back, but it is Japan through Hirano who have the ball, and now they start moving it. Tateyama takes it into contact. Hirano, the ball comes back. Nakamura. Now they go wide. Japan threatening out wide. Tsutsumi goes on the outside of number 11, Kayan Chong, and Chong can't catch her. Despite her efforts, Tsutsumi, well, what a blow for Japan that they have struck upon Hong Kong. That is cruel. Hong Kong making all sorts of play, but in the end, the loose ball turned over to Tsutsumi, and now the conversion to boot, and somehow Japan find the ability to go 7 points clear after the half-time break. Ka Yan Chong, oh, she chased for all she was worth, but couldn't quite get there in the end. And Tsutsumi takes another try in the series. She must be close to being the #1 try scorer in the Asia Rugby 7 series for women. Great take by Melody Lee, who's been outstanding for Hong Kong. Now they try and smash it straight up through Jessica Ho, but
Leave the ball, leave the ball.
neck roll was the call, I think, coming in from Wei. So it may have been a high tackle. Certainly, whatever it was too high. Jessica Ho making another good tackle. Melody Lee just making a genuine nuisance of herself. Oh word, Hong Kong have done well uncovering those two talents. Nakamura lays it off. Great work so far from Japan. Hirano, Nakamura weaves around, the ball bounces back inside. But the Vakalolo comes back to it. Now Karogi. Okaruda. Harano. Out to number 6. Tatiyama. Oh, this is remarkable play. Karogi again. The ball is loose.
Knock on by White.
And it's a knock on by Hong Kong.
Half time. Stop.
Talk about lactic acid build-up.
From here to blue.
The bodies of these players would be absolutely screaming at the moment. Even the
4 and 5.
Japanese have had to do an
4?
astounding amount of work.
What number is she? Okay, stop for her.
And Hong Kong just have no fear when it comes to putting in the yards. They are just absolutely relentless. Take a look and
Wait, time off, time off. Wait for her.
Xi Ching Chan.
Mark here, eh?
That looks like it might be the end of the day, possibly tournament. Let the
Okay, White, close up
magic
again.
hands of that magnificent
Closer.
Hong Kong
Come
medical
on.
team get busy on the athletes.
Crouch.
Oh, gee, they do a great job at keeping
Bind.
these
Set.
ladies fit, ready for selection. Japan. Harano starts ghosting the face of the defence. Picks out great tackle by number 11, Chong Ka-Yan, but still Japan hard on attack. But Vakalolo takes it to ground. Tsutsumi, Nakamura, Harano up to Karogi. Nakamura again, turns, spins, takes it back into traffic. Look how many Hong Kong jerseys are there. Japan now just looks for the space. Ito running hard at the line, still with the ball. But the Vakalolo over the top of her. Tsutsumi. They go wider to Nakamura, who takes it over the top for Karogi. Karogi has Chong on the outside and scores. And Japan push another one over the line. Hong Kong's fade into the distance now as Riho Karogi scores a very good try for the Japanese women's side. My word. Well, absolutely breathless play by both teams here, to be fair. It is remarkable the amount of running and the amount of effort that both of these teams have had to put in. None more so than Hong Kong, but Japan just able to make those finishes. You've just got that little bit of extra firepower that makes all the difference. And there they are, 24-12. After being 12 all at half time. And now with just over a minute left to play, Japan again attack. Hong Kong taken down well by number 5, Young. But the Vakalolo, number 2, turns the ball back into Tatiyama. Now the Japanese spin it. There's Nakamura, great work by Harano. Out to Tsutsumi. Tsutsumi, the change up. Has a go around Hirschfeld. Great tackle by the Valley player. And now Hong Kong will have to come off their line, and it's Chong frees the ball up and they go. Hong Kong, Jung taken down just inside the 22. Chong releases. Jessica Ho's pass bounces into the hands of one of her teammates. Now they push it. Ho again into the action. And on the angle it's a call against the Japanese player. And Hong Kong here need to make the decision. They'll make the tap. Jessica Hay stands over it, looking for the running options. And a reminder, this stream's going to stop at the end of the game when we return though. So please refresh and stay with us. Hong Kong playing out. Olsen Thorne now. Still with the ball in hand. Look at the power of Natasha Olsen Thorne. It's remarkable.
Roll away.
Cannot roll away. Great play. Hong Kong trap him in the back. Ho takes the ball forward. Unfortunate the hands are just
Full time.
not as relaxed as they could be. And Hong Kong go down to Japan, but they make Japan have to work quite a bit harder than I think they may have anticipated. Japan 24, Hong Kong 12, it's the final score, and that concludes the ladies' bracket of games here this afternoon. Up next, we're back to the men's side of the draw. 4 more games to go. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us as the Asia Rugby 7 series continues. Look at this one. China taking on Malaysia here at Namdong Asiad Stadium. It's the next match. The power of China versus the pace and rugby nous of Malaysia. They've got some big hitters in their Japanese side, and they've got some smooth movers. And this team from Malaysia, yep. Talk about contrasting skills and tactics. This one personifies the lot. And the man to take care of it all, Patrick Kwok of Hong Kong, makes his way to the middle now. Look at, he's all dialed up too, Patrick Kwok. The look in his eyes. It's like he should be playing, not reffing. So, action stations for these two teams. Hong Kong's Patrick Kwok whistles time on. And China start with a shallow restart, and it's claimed easily. And now they're off and running. Liu up to Feng. A big heavy hit out wide. It's a shot down the short side though by Liu. He's looking for support on the inside. It's not there. China flood it. And just like that, China scored. It's 5-0. And that, wow, goodness gracious me, was irrepressible. Zhang Chao, the try scorer. Conversion attempt to come. 3 more games after this, ladies and gentlemen. And then we're back tomorrow. The full run of games. We'll find the winner of the Korean leg. As the conversion attempt sails on the inside of the uprights and leaves no threat at all to the scorers. Here he is, the try scorer himself. Bathed in gorgeous sunshine. What a treat. Here's the restart. China, it's with the chest of the Malaysian player, and it was a restart.
Scrum. Yo.
The original knock on will lead to the scrum
Please.
to be fed by China.
Okay. Make sure go straight. Don't go backwards. Okay. Wait for the ball is in. Okay. Crouch.
The instructions being issued by referee Kwok. And they break. China now through Feng. Finds Lee.
Roll away.
Quick ball taken by Feng, and he's got the Malaysian split. Pushes it out to Chen. Chen, look at the power of the man as he trundles through. Zhang now They move it even wider. They've got space out here and pace if they find it. Oh, China have blown a sitter right there, ladies and gentlemen. That was an absolute sitter. That was simply a catch and score.
Yeah, he's,
and it might have been the sun that affected him. I'm not too sure. Either way, that'll be a tick in the book.
You got
against his name. Oh, you'll be absolutely livid about that one.
crouch, bind,
Chi,
sit,
Chang Yun.
play
Big
on.
scrum by China. Look at them exert some real power on top of Malaysia here. The counter ruck, they've blown them off. Well,
Entry and offside.
this is a no-nonsense China effort and a try to boot as well as Feng Wenru comes out and scores. You get the sensation that China want to get in here and just do the job on Malaysia. They don't want to be out here any longer than they have to. They've got to be here 14 minutes at least. 10-0 is the score. Kickers to come. And it's through the uprights. 12 points to 0. China lead Malaysia. Hats off to Tim Baker watching on the Facebook live feed. Asia's #1 blower. Timmy Bakes. Hopefully he's at home behaving himself. Possibly ready to go for a run, who knows. China 12, Malaysia 0. The restart coming down like a ton of bricks. Lee, Hai Tao. Malaysia try and push the ball along now. To the outside, Stevenson. Excuse me, not Stevenson at all. Nazaruddin. Apologise, I picked up the wrong sheet there. So Malaysia, what about that? Hasim Nazaruddin claims 5 points for Malaysia with the kick to come. Remarkable stuff. That's remarkable stuff, really, isn't it? It almost seems like against the run of play, but that's the way Sevens is. As the conversion attempt goes wide, Nazaruddin, he gets rid of that. That's just, well, not entirely sure whether the Chinese players understand the principles of tackling there, but you've actually got to grab the guy and throw him on the ground. That's kind of how the equation works. From the restart, it's China now with the big hitch kick. We've seen that a lot from our Fijian brothers and sisters. That's so expected from our Chinese friends, and now they spread it wide and they're doing it well, covering ground beautifully, and unfortunately running Liu out of ground. He's done well though. Pops the ball back up to Han. Now they spread it wide, and China really playing with some fizz here and some width. As Zhang comes back in, he finds Feng. Feng steps 1, steps 2, positions his outsides nicely. Wraparound play for Feng. Oh, he is the hot stepper for China, this bloke, isn't he? Look at him go. There's the hooter in the background. Liu gets it out. As far as Chen, who's eventually brought down. It's a penalty though from referee Kwok, and in the end, Liu Junkui decides, I'm just going to put it over the line. And he does, and it is. And it's 5 more points to China with a fairly easy kick to come. I don't think Our man can miss this. Feng Wenru. Feng guides it through the uprights. 2 points. 19 points to 5. It restores that air of dominance back to the scoreline. And in the end, Malaysia, well, they can run all day and tackle all day, but you've got to score points to win the game. Half-time at the Asia Rugby 7 Series game between China and Malaysia. China lead 19 points to 5. So there it is, the huddle for this Chinese team, and I think they would have seen from the performance of their women's side just what can happen when minds are not on the job. And for a couple of moments there, it looked like this team might be able to unravel the Chinese psyche, but it wasn't to be. It's a tremendous try. Individual run by Azim Nazaruddin was able to put Malaysia in under the post. Well, not under the post, but very close to it. So a tremendous score for Malaysia. Closed that gap up to 12 points to 5. And then China sensing, I think, the danger of being caught close to a free running Malaysian side, really just took the game by the horns. We've seen some good play from the key playmakers, Feng Wenru and Zhang Zhao. We've got some real power out there in Lu Junquei and Chen Yong Queen. Restart second half underway. Make the distance, and so referee Kwok brings the Chinese back to restart. Tap on square one and they go. As the ball comes back to Lee. Takes on 3 or 4 of them, gets the ground. Over the top is Chen, now they move it. Feng gets it to Han. Liu Hang can't hold on to it. It's been picked up by Malaysia. Now let's see what the Malaysians can do. Gordon picks and goes, and he's still going. Now Ismail. Again, pick and go, and he picks it up and continues the run. Not held is the call. Down they go again. They've made some great yards, Malaysia. Chinese defence has been somewhat lax. Russ Lee up to the 22. There's an advantage coming for Malaysia. It looks like a penalty one. They try them on. Over the top is Zainuddin. Rusli pushes it wide to Nazaruddin, the try scorer. Pucked up outside the 22.
Time off. 5. 3 penalties in the...
So, referee Kwok sends Han of China to the bin for 2 minutes. It's an important period coming up then for Malaysia. They have the advantage in numbers. Ismail for the line. Ismail will score. And that's exactly what China didn't want to see. He scores it quick. They'll take the conversion quick. And all of a sudden, 19-5 turns into 19-10 with two to come from directly in front. Now it's 19-12 and they're still down to 6 men. Can Malaysia do the unthinkable here? Takes it out. I think he couldn't believe it. There was absolutely nobody there. And when I mean there was no one there, there was just, well, the breeze and maybe a rubbish bin. Well, could we be looking at a bit of a turnaround here? Malaysia come back. China down to 6. If they can take advantage of that again, they could finish like a raging bull on China. It's well secured in the end by Chi. Coming back at the Malaysian line, they've peeled it away.
Tackles complete, clear release. Tackles complete.
Referee Kwok ruling in favour of China there. Tackle was complete, you heard the call. China running hard and strong. There's Liu now turning out, looking for options. Feng pushes it back to the far side. Stop, go. Now China looking ominous. China breaking clear. Great tackling by Malaysia. China need to find some people in space if they can. We've only got 2 more outside here. 1 more here. They can't get the ball any looser or any freer. Oh, what about that one? Zhang scores for China. And I think they might have broken down the Malaysians on that play. There are Malaysian players on their hands and knees at the moment right across the park. And China have managed to break the will, I think, of Malaysia in that last play. 24 points to 12. Even under the yellow card, which is only just finished, so they'll go back to 7 men. As the conversion attempt strikes the posts from Feng Wenru. Look at this. In fact, it was Feng that dished the ball off to the try scorer. 24 points to 12. And we're closing in on the final couple of minutes of this match. 11 and a half minutes gone, in fact. China fighting their way back from a yellow card disadvantage to find themselves, well, back to 7 points further ahead. Contested and won by China. And they'll be happy just to tuck this up the jumper now. There'll be literally no need to get carried away. Try to get on the outside if they can. Feng, Han, Gao, out wider now on the wraparound. Gao there again to cover off the ball. They're playing with some real fluidity. The Chinese team, look at how beautifully they're moving the ball, and in the end, they have just overloaded the Malaysian defence as Liu goes in. Liu scores a second try today, and China hand out a bit of a lesson to Malaysia and how it should be done. Tremendous build-up work by China. They were able to find their way to the try line with simple skills. Beautiful draw and pass. And look at that. Too much for Malaysia to deal with. China thunder another one in. Come back for the restart. Less than a minute remaining. 31 points to 12. China Piling on the points now against Malaysia. Good, robust, eager, abrasive play by Malaysia. They're not going to go quietly by the look of it. They push it even harder. Almost breaking the line, and the ball was forward. Referee Kwok in a great position there to make that call. Obviously might have got the assistance of his assistant referee. But in the end, he's running the right line, Mr. Kwok.
China. Cheer, please.
Takes them back to the mark. And unlike the artificial grounds of Asia and the grass of Namdong Asiad Stadium, you actually can make a mark. Comes back and Han delivers off to his teammate, and China take it to the touchline, and they take the score and they take the game. 31 points to 12. China beat Malaysia. That's the final score. And a convincing victory for the men from the mainland. Back to the Facebook Live audience. Greetings. Malo, Jovan, Masalunga, watching from the Philippines. Volcano, Volcano, that'll be right. Philippine Volcano player. And another man from the magnificent Clark Jets. My favourite team in the Philippines. Certainly one of my favourite clubs in Asia. Big fan of the Jets. Love to see them going forward and playing well. So, we line up now for the second game of 4 in the second bracket. As a reminder, this is day 1 of day 2. Tomorrow we'll be back. Plenty of action for you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. I would say you've got fair warning now to go stock up the fridge. A few extra packets of chocolate biscuits. Maybe some pastries. Definitely some pastries. Maybe some fluids as well to help yourself out. Asia Rugby 7 Series. It's Japan taking on the Philippines here at Namdong Asiad Stadium in Incheon, Korea. Day 1 of 2. And it's always fascinating to see Japan take the track against this quickly improving Philippine Volcano side. Jose Seru, Kameli Soitima, Katsuyuki Sakai. 3 names from the Japanese team to keep a very good eye on. Tim Buhini, Chris Bird, Joe Dawson, and off the bench, well, there's some speed out there as well. Jerome Rudder. This is a good looking Philippine side, and the Volcanoes in Japan will be taken care of by Craig Chan of Hong Kong. So 2 more games to go today as we get ready for Joe Dawson. To make the kickoff, and the game has started. Japan in the red and white, playing from left to right, and they start moving the ball quite smoothly into contact. Fukimoto takes it into contact. Now here he is, Soejima. Seru breaks the line. Seru eases through the gears. Keeps control of the ball. It's good counter ruck from Bird. Dawson swoops in. They get around the corner. This is the Volcanoes. Look at them heating up, ladies and gentlemen. Dawson now gets it to Roberts. In comes Young. He bounces off the first one. Clatters into the second one. A good tackle made by Hayashi. Not releasing the call from referee Chan, and Japan drive their interests down into the Philippines half. Well, a little bit of cut and thrust from both sides. Excellent to see Japan fly one in, and it's taken by Siru. Now Sakai gets it away to Nakazawa. Nakazawa tries the in and out. He gets around the outside, breaches the line. Philippines give up the penalty. Sakai, now he moves it. Hashino straight for the line. Hashino goes for the try and he takes it. So Japan, sensing that this Philippine side is right up for it, has decided to go in for the kill early, and Hashino scores the opening 5 points for Japan. A terrific build-up to that by both sides, showing a real willingness to attack. The conversion attempt is over, and that secures the extra 2 points for Japan as we watch Hashino now. And he just pins his ears back and goes straight for the line. There's absolutely no need to run around them when you can dance right up the middle. What a score for Japan. The Philippines, though, they are not here to party. They're here to play. Great restart from Japan. Pinpoint accuracy. This is the sort of stuff from Japan people are used to seeing. Sakai now bounces off two, gets it wide. It's Siru for the line. He's got it open. Lines it back on the inside. Sakai, can he get it down? I don't think he can. Great defence from the Philippines. That's what I'm talking about. When I said they're not here to play around, that's exactly what I meant. Now the referees are going to go for the process here, which is fair enough. Referee Chan is quite entitled to chuck it up to the men at the TMO. As we look, as Sakai's got himself in the action and he hasn't managed to get there down. I think Joe Dawson's managed to sneak his way under there somehow. I think even Sakai knows that's the case. Referee Chan looking. Just take a look at this. Oh word, Mark Roberts has done well. Then Dawson's come out of nowhere.
Stability, do not push early or up, okay? Stability, don't push up early. Same thing, just hold.
That is
don't go up, don't go up.
A beautifully saved tackle, a beautifully saved try.
Crouch! Bind!
From Joe Dawson.
Sit.
And Mark Roberts have shown some last line desperation, but Japan hot on attack again. And it is Suejima lays it off for Katsuyuki Sakai, and probably the best known player in the tournament goes in for his 5th try of the series, and Japan ease out to a 12-0 lead. My word, for the Philippines of not just being stubborn about it, they're being dogged. Conversion is successful, 14 points to 0. As we take a look, as the dot down for Sakai as he was set up by Suejima. And the restart for Japan as they try to utilise the last part of the afternoon sun here at Namdong Asiad Stadium. Now they push it wide. Suejima. Sarud, somehow he's managed to keep hold of that. No, he hasn't. Now, Suejima takes Bird on the outside, bumps him. They come thundering up the chute through Fukumoto. Referee Chan brings him back. Penalty is called. Joe Dawson takes it quickly, trying to run his players into some space. Now they've got a few down the short side here if they use him. Bueni now. Bueni trying to take on the big boys. They get him down, but still the Philippines have it. Now they push it. Dawson. Oh, that's a bit of a shocker for his outside. Hardwick. Now Roberts has to double round and start the work all over again. Penalty. Japan. Offside at the ruck.
It's a tackle, you got offside line.
Dawson looks down range. No sense kicking it away. They say, let's have the ball. And they run it. And that's a big tackle that's come in from Suijima. He's knocked it loose. Bahini gets in on the act as well. There's shots being fired left, right and centre here. It's like a Western. Sakai. Nakazawa. And now Hayashi for the line. And the score. And the relentless attack from Japan continues. As brave as the Philippines are, it just keeps coming in steep and fast. What a terrific period of play for Japan. Both teams actually should be congratulated. They're showing some real willingness to play the game wide and attractive rugby.
Yeah.
But it is Japan.
You got time to restart.
They're dominating the scoreboard at the moment.
Let's go.
Conversion attempt is not successful as you watch Sakai, Nakazawa, and ultimately it comes out to Taisei Hayashi. Restart from Japan. They win it. Sakai. Here's the try scorer, Hayashi. Ball back now. Looks like Nakazawa tried to feed the ball back in, but it didn't go to hand, and referee Kwok whistles half-time. And the Volcanoes walk slowly back to their huddle. As at the half-time break, Japan lead the Philippines. 19 points to 9 in the Asia Rugby 7 series. What a resounding and emphatic first half from Japan. They've been made to work hard. And I think they might have brought the best out of them. Some sublime tries and some great skill from this Japanese outfit. So they take the opportunity to dial into their recovery modes as quick as they can. How about some social media for you all? Come and follow us, Asia Rugby on Facebook at asia.rugby. As the fans look on, here's our trusty Japanese fan on Instagram at Asia Rugby Live. And if you're part of the Instagram channel, you've been getting some entertainment this year. Since the Asian Games, it's been absolutely sensational. Asia Rugby on Twitter at Asia Rugby. Let us know your thoughts and comments about the game right across the Asian region. Love to hear from you. Please be engaged with us. As Asia Rugby keep working hard at taking the great game out to the regions, out to the far-flung corners of the rugby world. Philippines now back from the break. Japan, they look focused and serious. So far to date, it's been a good, strong performance from this Japanese side. Both times out on the park today have shown well, some real poise and some real professionalism. They absolutely are probably one of the most ruthless teams you've ever seen. And they get going. It is absolutely relentless. And Japan will want to finish the day on a high. As the Philippines are proving stubborn competition for them. Through comes number 4, Takahiro Nakazawa, but he knocks it forward. And referee Chan Calls for a scrum restart. Volcanoes with the ball.
Okay. Let's go.
Big cheer from Ryan Howard. Let's go, boys. Yes. Missing your serious talents and pace here this weekend, Ryan.
Crouch.
Hope to see you in action again soon for the Volcanoes.
Sit.
Here we go. The Volcanoes now, they break out. Wrap around play with Roberts. Puts it on the toe to progress it down the park, and it's swooped up and gathered up by Sakai, I think it was. And now Nakazawa, who's been doing it well, he's been doing a lot of work. He doesn't mind doing the hard yards, obviously, Nakazawa. And Fukimoto. Sakai moves it wide. 12 is Motomura. Now Suijima comes climbing into the action. Look him go wading into the defence. Motomura. Now they go even wider, Japan. Nakano finds Jose Siru, who in the end finds Fukimoto. And they make it look simple. And that's because in the hard games, the simple stuff yields the best results. Shohei Fukimoto scores for Japan. Conversion attempt is on the money. Japan now move it out 28 points to 6, or it's 28 points to 0, I should say. Jose Siru, or Jose Siru, you could say. Or probably should say. Changes made on the Volcano bench. They've been working hard today, the Volcanoes. Bird secures the ball on behalf of his side. Referee Chance is not releasing, and so the Volcanoes get the ball going and they get the ball rolling. Now they go wide. The Philippines through Rudder. Comes back and the ball beat the man. Lynch can't beat the man. He gets taken down by Sakai. And they generate a turnover with it. And this is going to be trouble. Sakai goes quickly. He finds Motomura. Motomura looks up, lays it back. Sakai goes wide and picks off the man outside. And it's Masahiro Nakano. Try for Japan. And I'm not entirely sure why Nakano was trying to fix his hair there, because he's barely one out of place. Japan really start to exert their class on the Philippines now. 31 points to 0, still with a full 3.5 minutes to play. Tom Chick all the way from Herefordshire in the UK. Great to watch Asia's finest. Thanks to all involved. Thank you for dialing in. Tom, pleasure to hear from you. 33 points to 0. Look at that, the ball up. Sakai, well, could have gone himself. No need to do the running when you got someone probably a little bit younger outside you. Here they go again, the restart, beautifully claimed again by Japan, and Sakai, who turns them inside out, and he finds Kano, and now it's out to Fukimoto. Swinging the ball around here. Kano again, looking for a runner, finds Sakai. He's got Suijima now. Suijima, the wraparound with Sakai. The show and go, he feeds it up, and Motomura takes it in for Japan. And Naoki Motomura scores for Japan. 38 points to 0 now. And they have broken the Volcanoes wide open. Conversion attempt to come. 2 minutes left to play. 38 points to 0. And Sakai's kick strikes the post. denied entry. As we look at that, beautiful skills, isn't it? Wonderful skills. And Motomura, well, in Hong Kong in his first game, he got about 4 or 5 cracks at the line and couldn't get over for love nor money. He was almost like the Bermuda Triangle of Asian Sevens that weekend. He was just the guy you didn't want to give it to. Contested and turned over and secured by Japan. Kano, the kick pass out wide. Zeru can't get hold of the ball.
Blue ball.
He sort of nudges it into touch, and the Volcanoes try and play away quickly.
You for the quick throw.
Referee Chan brings them back.
Your block just touched.
Think again, fellas. Might be the call coming from referee Chan. Good afternoon, Dimitri Andrews, dialing in from Hong Kong. Japan steal it. Now they run away with it. Makes its way out to Suejima again. He straightens up and speeds up, and the change up and go. What a delightful run from one of the main men in this Japanese side. That was an outstanding run. 6th try in the series. He's an outstanding rugby union player, and he's a terrific bloke off the park too. What a nice guy to meet off the pitch. Very quietly spoken, but he enjoys his rugby, and he's absolutely thrilled to bits to be plying his trade.
Time for restart.
For his country of Japan.
No, restart.
Conversion attempt is no threat at all to the scorers as we take in the final action, and just the change up, the straighten. Lynch is beaten. They come at him from a few different angles, but in the end, he is the master. One more go at the dice. Well secured by the Philippines. It's great work. Good to see late in the game. Tim Berry gets up. Bird makes the pass. Lynch follows it on, but look how quickly the Japanese are up there to cause problems for them. Lynch on the wraparound. He's got them all in front. Which one does he want? He takes on Motomura.
Knock on the ground.
And loses to Motomura. And referee Chan blows time off as the Philippines submit to Japan, 43 points to 0. That is the final score. And Japan, the juggernaut, keep on rolling. The Philippines got a good look at it, but in the end, couldn't manage anything themselves. Oh, we're up for a dinger next. This one, next game is going to be outstanding, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. In fact, if you've got some friends, you might want to tell them to join the show. Up next in the Asia Rugby 7 series, it's Hong Kong taking on Sri Lanka. This will be an intriguing game. Sri Lankan side, by no means the young experimental development side that was taken to Hong Kong. Sri Lankan Tuskers outfit every inch of what we expect when we see Sri Lanka play. Start sharing the link, ladies and gentlemen, and stand by for action. This one's going to be a big one. Asia Rugby 7 Series presents Hong Kong and Sri Lanka at the Namdong Asiad Stadium in Incheon, Korea. This one is going to be a real battle between two teams, two contrasting styles. The Asian Games gold medalists taking on the absolute flyers from Sri Lanka. There's the team from Hong Kong. Look out for Coverdale, Fenn, Neville, Hood and Yu Kam Shing. And off the bench, Max Denmark, Rafe Morrison and Kane Bako, as well as the skipper Ben Rimini. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka come heavy hitting. Nishon Pereira, water runner. Danuk Reza and a cast off the bench that leaves the old lips wet and wanting more. This is a fast side, and they'll need a fast ref to catch up with them. Hashimoto of Japan has the whistle. It's all eyes on me, and it's all eyes on them as we get ready. Sri Lanka to kick, Hong Kong to receive. That's the Asia Rugby 7 Series. Second last game of the day, and the Asian gold medalists are out and in the middle. Hood to Woodward, out to Neville. Neville takes them on. Mike Coverdale straight into the action. He's an outstanding rugby player is Mike Coverdale. Woodward finds Hood and Fenn straight up and into the action. Cleaning out is Woodward. He gets on to Kadu Lee. He's in action. Play, he really is an excitement machine, is Kadu Lee. Yu Kam Shing gets the ball back nicely. Hood takes on the line. Woodward or Fenn, it looks like, breaks the line and they get them going backwards. Woodward round the corner. Neville straightens and through. And Jackie Neville, the Kowloon Flyer, takes one in towards the sticks. That's Hong Kong for 5 with the kick to come. Jack Neville, 5 tries in the series. Well, he does all his best work right up the middle of the park. You'd think he was 6'4" and 110 kilos. Well, it might be just something in my hair there, I think. Usually you'd think Jack Neville would run around them. Jamie Hood on target, and they want to be on target early against this very dangerous Sri Lankan Tusker side. Jackie Neville getting through there, and he powers off towards the line. And Hong Kong will want to make every cut as deep as possible on Sri Lanka to try and shut them out of the game early. The last thing you want is this Tusker outfit to come at you hard and fast late in the game. Well taken by Sri Lanka, beautifully taken. The restart. Penalty against Hong Kong. Well, you can see how flighty Hong Kong are. They want to get up there and shut them down. They know they can cause some trouble. Still plenty of food and action and activity, and a few smiles over there on the far side. Now that it's starting to get some shade, it'd be perhaps a little bit cooler in Sri Lanka now. Moving the ball beautifully, one side to the other. Strong defence by Yu Kam Shing, and Jack Neville bring down the attackers. Hashimoto, the referee, signals high shot. Yu Kam Shing comes away with the ball. Kadu Lee right there over the top of his teammate. Hood fires wide. Woodward goes wider. Coverdale can't hold on to the ball, and it's a rare mistake from Mike Coverdale. Turns over the ball for Sri Lanka. Well, I think you could go back a number of games before you saw a handling error from Mike Coverdale, and he just, well, the old snap, the old alligator snap with the hands. Couldn't quite pick up the ball, but he was through the line if he'd taken it. Scrum, good solid hook by Sri Lanka. Now they test Jack Neville on the outside, and he's up for it. Beautifully gets back up to his feet, tacks the ball again. Toby Fenn, Mike Coverdale hold the centre of it. Coverdale might have broken the grip of the Sri Lankans. No, he hasn't. Didn't release him as a call. Hashimoto, so they've been very consistent about that ruling, the referees today. Should be no surprise to anybody. And now Sri Lanka hot on attack. Great run by Sri Lanka, and they put one into Hong Kong. Courtesy of number 6, Danuk. And he's fizzing about that one, and why wouldn't you be? 6 tries in the series, and I don't think any will be more important than that. That brings them back up to the bumper with Hong Kong. Hong Kong, well, they got a little bit of a fright. In fact, they got a big fright when they played Korea. Korea came at them all guns blazing. Max Woodward missing the tackle on the outside. Danuk. Well finished, well played. And the appreciation of the crowd knows no ends at all. As these fans on the far side discuss the play that they've just seen. Well won by Sri Lanka. That's crafty play. Great restart, and they've got the ball. Now they're going to try and find some space, and Sri Lanka opt to take the boot. Right over the top of Jamie Hood. Oh, what a run, what a try! What a beauty from Srinarath. What an absolute screamer. Suraya Bandara. What an absolute bottler of a try. Sri Lanka take the lead 14 points to 7. And the replay will just show a moment of individual brilliance. Over Woodward he goes. Gee, he's weighted that beautifully. The ball's bounced so kindly, but you cannot deny that was some sublime skill by the little man. He's come through and he's attacked the ball on the ground like a devil. Well, referee Hashimoto calling for whatever substitutions need to be made, or certainly has called some time off. Well, discussion, that's all right, ladies. There's no need to be shy. Into the action comes number 4, Kevin Joseph. Here's the restart. Canoe Lee gets up there with the assistance of Toby Fan and takes it cleanly. Jamie Hood, Ukam Shing, Woodward. Bounce pass out to Coverdale. He puts Neville round the corner. Neville goes into contact. Woodward releases. Lee. Hood. Sorry, it was Ukam Shing to Jamie Hood. Hashimoto awards a penalty to Hong Kong. Woodward charges forward. Coverdale to the line. Gets rid of one. Coverdale for the try line. You don't often see him light it up from too far away. But Mike Coverdale's run Hong Kong into a superb position. There's the advantage right on the hooter. Hood goes wide to Lee. Lead misses out Ukam Shing. It's Toby Fan for the corner. And he takes the try, Toby Fan. 14 points to 12 with the kick to come. And Hong Kong, well, they managed to scrape one back. And my word, they've had to bring it in from deep. And Mike Coverdale, well, I don't know if he's going to be annoyed that he had to run so far, but I thought for a second there he might have gone all the way. Jamie Hood gets the opportunity to draw Hong Kong level. But Hong Kong show they've got some good strike power when they want to go. Jamie Hood's conversion attempt across the face of the goal. As we just watched the closing moments now, it was a great Mike Coverdale charge. He's gotten rid of his market from Sri Lanka, and in the end it was Toby Fend on the end of the chain that managed to score the try to bring Hong Kong back into contact. Sri Lanka 14, Hong Kong 12 at half-time. It's another nail-biter for the 852 fans. Greetings to Rambo Lung watching. And on Facebook, you'll be following us on asia.rugby. I hope you join the channel and stay part of the action. Keep yourself in the know by joining us on the social media channels. As well as that, look there's the discussions breaking out already. Can you believe it? Asia Rugby Live is where we want to be, and the celebrations have started already. The young fella, he's got Instagram. He's going to be all over it now. And in the backdrop, here are the girls from Hong Kong. Please follow us on Twitter, Asia Rugby, at Asia Rugby, and look at the celebrations. They're loud and proud for Asia Rugby's Twitter channel. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? As we take in more smiles from the half-time. Every time the poor girl comes down for a drink, she ends up on the big screen. Well, at least you don't have to wear a crazy outfit, my friend. Half-time has finished, and it is Jamie Hood with the ball in hand. Hong Kong, gold medalists of the Asian Games in 2018 from Jakarta. And they are up and underway as the scoreline. Sri Lanka leading 14 points to 12. And they've turned it over. Yu Kam Shing can't get past the referee. Kane Bako on the pitch for Hong Kong. Yu Kam Shing finds Neville. Coverdale taken in a good tackle by the Sri Lankan defence. They want to be right on top of him. Lee spreads it. Kane Bako, head down, backside up. That's the way he likes to play his rugby. Yu Kam Shing, well, he's a speedster, but by word he does some heavy work. Jack Neville tries to draw them. Kadu Lee tries to split them. Neville, Coverdale looking for some running options. Yu Kam Shing still on the spot, almost from a standing start. Jamie Hood. Hood finds space for Coverdale. Coverdale for the line. And Mike Coverdale scores a try for Hong Kong. 17 points to 14 with the kick to come. $19 points to 14 after the conversion is successful. And Hong Kong skip away after the break. As we take a look, the work from Jamie Hood, he just puts Mike Coverdale into space. And unfortunately, it looks like there's an injury to one of the Sri Lankan players in the background. And they've got the stretcher out. And the medical team jumping immediately into action. You see them drilling time and time again, rehearsing for injuries. Whatever they can do to make sure the players' welfare is put first. As obviously impresses the men greatly on the far side with the umbrellas. Meanwhile, back on the main pitch. Some heady discussion there, probably about the tackle law. Some Korean support, eventually. Magnificent Korean support, in fact. Outrageously loud. Look at them. There's some general discussion about rugby and the finer points being had in the background there. As people then, here's a gentleman who's not only got the umbrella out in the right situation, but he's got the right umbrella as well. Good on you, my friend. Kia ora, brother. And of course, the emblem of the almighty blackness, New Zealand. Keeping an eye on things. There's always someone to keep an eye on things. I wouldn't be surprised if that video makes its way towards Asia Rugby either on Instagram or Facebook. Thank you for the extra footage. 19 points to 14. Hong Kong leading Sri Lanka now. We're a minute back from the half-time break, even though we've been out on the park for longer. Injury time has been factored in. Slammed back by Coverdale, but the tackle from Neville was important as Sri Lanka come flowing down and into the line, but they've taken it back somehow. Hong Kong, Jamie Hood assesses the options. He gives it away to Neville. Perhaps that was a little bit forward, but it's gone unnoticed. Hard to say. And a penalty up from Hashimoto, taken by Jack Neville. He looks to split them. Player was never onside. It'll be a yellow card. And so the Kowloon Flyers been able to milk one out of Sri Lanka, and he's taken them down to 6. And the play causing Sri Lanka some real difficulty now. Holding on to Hong Kong is hard enough to do. With 7, it's going to be extraordinarily tough to do with only 6. So Kadu Lee gets it around Neville, Kam Shing. Oh, almost stolen out of the boot by Sri Lanka. Well, if you don't have a go, you'll never know.
2 in front. Come on.
So, Toby Fenn.
Ready.
Tap and go. Hood finds Neville. They attack the short side. There's some appeals and some forward passes, and referee Hashimoto was right on hand to see that. Toby Fenn's attempt to score another try goes somewhat awry. That ball from Kadu Lee just went forward out of the hands. And Osaka, I'm not reading your comments because you're an idiot. Who would come into a chat room like this and say that Hong Kong's cheating when they're all Hong Kong passport holders and you haven't obviously read the rule book? Max Denmark makes his way on for Kam Shing. Late in the game. Another big day tomorrow. One would think that Max Denmark's probably going to get a very, very good run tomorrow. As Sri Lanka try and skip off their own goal line, and eventually Jack Neville comes in to snuff that idea out. Coverdale coming across, and he covers off well with Pico. Sri Lanka now forced to box out of the corner. Denmark almost runs over the marker. Srinath, and it's a try to Jamie Hood. Somewhere in that cacophony, he's taken a shot on the chin, Jamie Hood, but he's got his 3rd try for the series. And referee Hashimoto just asking for some clear weight from Sri Lanka so that Jamie Hood can thread the uprights. Michael Hall, Servos. Michael, of course, the Oktoberfest in Munich is going full steam as we watch the score now. Jamie Hood, well, Max Denmark's basically totaled over the line, and Jamie Hood is on it like a seagull. It's been long down the stand for a few other boys. The time off is the call. Entering now the final minute and a half, or the final couple of minutes of this game. Michael, I hope you're enjoying yourself up there in Munich, my friend. Pass my regards to all. Ben Rimini, number 7, joins the fray for Hong Kong, and its restart is beautifully secured by Bako. Neville Rimini finds him. Morrison straightens, takes on the line, and Ben Rimini secures the ball. Hood floats one wide to Denmark. He's got 2 or 3 on him, but there's 3. They must have space out here somewhere, Hong Kong. Coverdale pushes a pass to Rimini. Rimini finds Morrison. Morrison runs straight at the line and takes it up to the 22. Not releasing is the call. Tap and go from Coverdale. He likes to play the game at pace, the big man. He's not held. Neville, scrappy at the moment. Sri Lanka just doing whatever they can to disrupt this Hong Kong flow. The kick pass to Denmark. Try! Well, I don't know if they get much more spectacular than that. What a try, right at the death. It came back, and instead of, well, getting too confrontational, look at Jamie Hood, just back up the truck and then give Max Denmark a shot at the line. And he's had to use the full length of his father's jeans there to get all the way across the line. There's the young Denmark, but he's done well, and Hong Kong have delivered a defeat to Sri Lanka here late in the day on day 1 of the Asia Rugby 7 series. It's a win to Hong Kong. There is your final score. Hong Kong 31, Sri Lanka 14. And we now move to the final game of the day. And there's no need for a break. We don't need a break. We just need more rugby union. Chinese Taipei taking on the home nation of Korea here at the magnificent Namdong Asiad Stadium. There they are, the hard battling Chinese Taipei side. My word. In the last season and a bit, we've seen them just slowly pull their act together. And this Korean team, well, they are not really here to do anything other than put the heat right on their Japanese counterparts. They want to defend home ground for all they're worth. They narrowly went down to Hong Kong after giving Hong Kong, the Asian gold medalists, a real scare. And look out, someone's been passed the drum. It looks like the locals are going to start banging the drum. Chinese Taipei start. Comes down. Korea now, moving the ball nicely. Jang up to the halfway. 5 is Won Yong Kim. 2, Cha. 4 is Chang, and Chang to the outside. Chang to the try line. Opening try to Chang Yong Chung, or Yong Yong. 5-0 the score with the kick to come. And they've got some pace. It is a different kind of pace from Korea, as the penalty, the conversion attempt is bang on target, and so are the drummers. They're bang on target as well. Look at this. It is a different kind of pace that the Koreans possess. They have an explosive pace, a violent pace, torrid change in pace. They really can go. It's not a floating, drifting kind of speed that the Sri Lankans have. And this man here, number 4, Chang, is in action again, and he gives it up. to Andre Coquelin, who takes a try for Korea, and they're in again, twice in 2 minutes. First try of the series, first appearance in the series, to be fair, and Korea have swept past Chinese Taipei, as the old firm agree. As Coquelin takes his points, and our musicians good to go again, happy to make some more racket. Young Kim runs it into the action, but he hasn't released. Referee Matt Rodden comes over and gives the advantage and penalty to Chinese Taipei. Not releasing is the call. Jang. Overs Kim. And look, Kim wide, and he's eventually brought down. Foot the feet is the penalty against Coquelin. David Fleeting, you might be taking up your complaint with the wrong bloke. I suggest addressing your complaints to Beijing. Coquelin, he's left, grasping on the outside. He manages to bring down the Chinese Taipei attacker, but he gets it himself in the action anyway, as Lai Kyung Hong. Try the Chinese Taipei. And there we have it. That's a great comeback for the men from the Chinese Taipei. This, of course, 12 points to 5 with the kick to come. Chinese Taipei take the shot at goal but miss it. And 12-5 the score, so a 7-point lead. Support people in that hat. Who can you support? That's the international symbol of rugby supporters, the old woolly hat. Korea now, ball in hand. They get it away through Chang. Kim to Kim. Out wide to Jang. Jang now goes through the gears. Has he got the pace? Can he get all the way there? He can. Good defence, great commitment on the outside. He made him fight for every inch. But in the end, Korea sweep around the outside of Chinese Taipei and take the points to boot. More ecstatic and enthusiastic support of Korea. The conversion attempt, I think, is basically going to be taken again. The Chinese Taipei players not retiring out of the way. Now look at Jang. Just his ability over that opening 20 metres gives him the advantage. Good presence of mind to switch hands. If you're watching this at home, kids, that's the way to do it. Prevent the defender getting the ball. Switch hands, use the inside arm to fend them away. Yes, very happy to see you too. Slowly make our way back now for the restart. It's number 5, Won Kim restarts. It's not going to drift the 5. They'll come back to square one for a tap restart. It's Chinese Taipei. Move it off the line. Good work from Chinese Taipei. They worry the Korean defence, and now they almost split them open. Good play by Sung Kyung Cha, and now Korea, they tear away with the ball. Jang has to pick it up almost from a standing start. He steps 1, beats 2, puts the gas down, heads for the line, and Jang takes a second for the game. And he helps secure Korea's position in this match. Terrific stuff. So Kim puts a smile on the face of his national fans. They're very happy to see that one go in. Zhang with those bright yellow boots. How can you miss him? Good heavens. Half time. Blown up by referee Rodden. And there it is, Chinese Taipei trailing Korea. 5 points to 24 at half time. Well,
okay, good.
I don't think any Māoris playing for Chinese Taipei would make a big difference, although
Thank you.
I'm sure the whānau thanks you for the thoughts, Mr. Fleeting. It's always good to know that we're so highly thought of in other parts of the world. Big salute there from the Korean supporters. They've enjoyed the day here at Namdong Asiad Stadium. Here's our mates here. Give it a crack, fellas. Give it a bash. A 1-2, a 1-2-3-4. Tremendous stuff. And there they are. They look like some, well, it looks like a scene from Goodfellas, the Korean version. Chinese Taipei receiving their orders for the second half.
Prevent a contest though. I think you prevent a contest.
As referee Rodden gets ready to bring them back. Jang, 2 tries in the first half, and Korea lead out the last 7 minutes of rugby today, and it's first knock on against Chinese Taipei.
Now flight. Scrum.
So the second half perhaps doesn't get underway as well as
One on your hooker.
Taipei would have
Hooker
liked.
stability. Wait for
Korea couldn't have worked out any better. Well, they could have scored, but now they get the set piece.
bind. Sit.
This is a stronger set lineup. And Korea, look at that run. Banamukum. Goodness gracious me. He just absolutely steamrolled his counterpart there. Straightened up and comes straight over the top of him. 2 extra points. Makes it 31 points to 5. Look at that. Well, poor old Chiang Sin Hung. Sin Hung got absolutely steamrolled by Namuk Kim.
Okay.
Restart for Korea. Not going the 10, so that aspect of their set piece play. Quite firing here late in the day for the home team. Chinese Taipei take it with a tap on halfway. Move it up and through, and this is good break. Chinese Taipei. Half a chance there, but it's come back for Korea. Picked up by Kim. Now carried forward by Char, and he's still going, the big man. Eventually now they spread it. Kolkalad tries to arrange someone back on the inside, but he gets the outside line and gets the gas down on Andre Kolkalad. Scores for Korea. Second try today. 35 points, 36 points to 5. Kick to come. And it really is turning into a heavy, heavy, heavy defeat for Chinese Taipei. Korea now just running through them like rice paper. Kick goes astray. Kolkalad manages to ghost his way to the outside. And a few social media updates being made there. Probably checking the Asia Rugby Live channel on Instagram. And it is the restart. It's lost forward by Chinese Taipei, so they can barely buy a break at the moment, these men. Fortunately, that's exactly how sevens can be some days. Start the day, first game out, world beaters. And then suffer, well, a spectacular collapse. Personified today by the Chinese women's team, who absolutely fell to pieces against Kazakhstan.
I'm on. Crouch. Bind. Sit. Ball's out. Play.
Kim now shifts the ball. Number 9 is Choi. Dong Guan. Choi. And the pink headgear gets chopped down. So, it's a big opportunity now. Chinese Taipei have managed to create the error. They're going to get the ball. What are they going to do with it? That's the question.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Quick heel, early push.
Over here.
Referee Rodden right on the button there. He's given Korea their marching orders. Chinese Taipei start shifting the ball around, looking for space. Drifted forward in the pass, unfortunate. So any opportunity Chinese Taipei thought they might have has immediately evaporated. Changes being made now. On comes number 10, Hee Woon Kim for Andre Kolkalad.
Crouch.
Inside the final 2 minutes.
Bind.
Today's play. Don't forget, coming back again tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a big day of rugby, starting at 10 a.m. Join us again on Facebook Live. Still a minute and a half left of this game today. Breaking through is Gion. He can't get the ball away to any of his support players. Here's some good swarming defence by the Chinese Taipei team on Park. They've got him up. They need to try and get him down. They've got to release him now. Too late. That's good willing play by Chinese Taipei. Ball charged down. Kim picks it up on the bounce and streaks away towards the line. Won-Yong Kim scores for Korea. Second try in the series. And this was the man that caused all the problems for Hong Kong. He addresses the uprights. His conversion attempt is successful, 43-5. We are now looking at a blowout. Look at that, charge down going backwards from a standing start, and that's the explosive speed that I'm talking about when we talk about the Korean sides. Just the ability to go from zero to very fast at a torrid rate. Restart from Korea. Well secured by Chinese Taipei. That's a good phase for the team. Interesting option to bring it back. And away they go now. Through two, and two streaks away for the line. And it's not the first time we've seen him do it. He's done it once or twice, as two. Fifth try for the series. And a good consolation score for Chinese Taipei. Well, question the idea of bringing it hard back across the forward pack from the set piece. But he was looking for this man too. And when he gets the space, well, Jingos, he can go all right. Conversion is successful. As we watch again to get on the outside and get on the gas. We saw him do it in Hong Kong. He's done it here again today against Korea. And that brings to a close this match. We've got the final score for you, ladies and gentlemen. Chinese Taipei 12, Korea 43. The final score of the final game of day one of the Asia Rugby 7 series. Oh, what a magnificent day we've had, ladies and gentlemen. As we take a look now at the progress tables. Pool A standings, Japan and China lead the way with playing two, winning two. Japan on top with a superior for and against. The Philippines and Malaysia picking up 2 points. Philippines in third, Malaysia 4. Into Pool B, the standings, Hong Kong and Korea kick clear, although Sri Lanka doggedly hang in there after Korea and Sri Lanka play two, win one each. Chinese Taipei pick up 2 points, but it's Hong Kong clearly on top in Pool B. They've performed beautifully today, have the Japan women, and they lead Pool C clearly with 6 points. Hong Kong, a win from 2 games, better than Sri Lanka on for and against. That's why they're second. Sri Lanka on 4. Korea still struggling, but starting to pull together phases of play. They're starting to improve. Korea with 2 and 4. And finally, it'll be Pool D, Kazakhstan with that remarkable win over China, who slumped to second place with only 1 win from 2 games today. Thailand, well, they will see the opportunity to take strike at anybody that comes down their way. They're sitting in third place on 4 points behind on differential, and Singapore with 2 games, no wins and 2 points. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Asia Rugby is live and direct on social media, on Facebook, asia.rugby. Come along and join the fun. Keep up to date and be part of the Asia Rugby community online. What about on Instagram? Have you got Instagram? If you do, then dial in Asia Rugby Live And look at all the action, some superb action shots, lots of fun and engagement to be had through the marvellous Instagram channel. And Asia Rugby on Twitter, at Asia Rugby. Follow the news, the views, the tips. Get all the latest on what's happening on Asian Rugby right across the region on social media. As the sun starts to set, a very big thanks on behalf of the production crew for a wonderful day. It's been a beautiful day of rugby, but we've got another one coming tomorrow as the Asia Rugby 7 series continues. On behalf of all, this is Jed Thyon wishing you a good day. See you tomorrow.